It's late February, and look at that little bunny rabbit. It's got a thick coat of fur on it. Nice for the winter weather. But we get a sunny day. We've been getting a couple of sunny days, and little animals are starting to move around a little bit more. We're gonna have some cold and some sunshine back and forth a little bit here as we go into spring. We've been already having, it's February, but we've already been having sort of like March kind of weather, real kind of stormy and windy, and then sunny, then rainy. We had a thunderstorm not too long ago, so it's starting to already get that. The days are getting longer, and so, but these little animals, they take advantage of these sunny days. They're like, oh boy, spring's coming. It's right around the corner. March 20th. So less than a month. Less than a month away, little bunny rabbit. Flowers will be blooming. Yep, the seasons are changing. And again and again. I'm so fortunate to have the opportunity to see it happen. Yep. There's every day is a chance to make a memory, or two, or three, or more. It's every day is a chance to be grateful for being here on this beautiful blue planet. It's like our spaceship. Earth is our spaceship, and we get to think about life a little bit and try to keep improving ourselves. And every time, like all through life, some of it's just sort of a natural process, and some of it we have to do more consciously. But when we work at something, or we find something that we think is interesting to us or important, or however you want to put it, when we first start, it's like a challenge, and then as we practice, we get better at it, and then it becomes second nature, and then we try a little bit higher or harder level, or something completely new. We work at that, and we get good at that, and then it feels comfortable to us, and then we can go a little bit more, and we keep building all of these abilities and skills. But in one hand, there's a practical piece to that. Those are the things that allow us to kind of survive, or maybe have a job at something, or have a passion for something, or to help our country or our fellow man with things. Like, there's a lot of things people do that are very important in life that aren't directly related to your personal needs, but we're also part of a society or community. So being able to think about things, and to try and help push forward on helping people and community to push forward in the right direction on things, and to be able to participate in a intelligent and helpful debate with people, whether it's on different levels. It could be on a large, like, national level, or even an international level, but it could also be a family level, or a town level, or in a workplace, or whatever. There's all these different ways that people are organized, and so there's lots of different skills. It could be in athletics, it could be part of your physical health, but every day is an opportunity to kind of think about bettering ourselves. A big part of that too is being grateful, and working on growth, and and not not being stagnant in our ways, having the good habits and continuing to develop good habits and to try and develop the mental strengths that we need to overcome bad habits, or to even better avoid bad habits. There's lots of things that we should be able to look at and know that's not a good way to be, not a good way to behave. We don't have to join in with bad decision making, bad actions. We don't have to feel as though we have to do things for other people that aren't going to be beneficial, that are going to be unhealthy. And the Bible or religion calls them sinful, but that's part of that is just unhealthy or dangerous or bad for us, or however you want to put it, or harmful to others or harmful to ourselves. We can avoid those things, trying to be rational and independent and thinkers and to value ourselves, to do things and put things into ourselves that harm us and ultimately harm the ones around us, to know that we are part of God's creation, and that ultimately that really helps a lot. Many philosophies and ways of organizing people, they try to put our value or our self-worth based on how society or other people value it, and they miss the whole point. But in the Declaration of Independence in the United States, for example, we say all men are created equal by our Creator, we're not created equal by other people. We're not created equal by someone else's opinion of what equality is, or somebody else's opinion of what's important, but by the Creator. So everybody's equal under creation, and therefore that's a humbling thing, because it takes a lot of ego, and not in a good way, to try and tell somebody else what makes them equal, and try to balance all these material things. Human beings are too complex. Our lives are too complex to try and say what is equal for that person or for this person, or to try and people kind of have this idea that they got to measure one another against themselves or against two other people or something, and because one person really loves money, they may think that somebody else is not as equal because they don't love money as much or don't have as much money. And it is totally different things. Different people have different purposes, and it's a lot of it is about learning how to be thankful and grateful and appreciative of our time here on earth, and how we leave behind good knowledge and betterment of the people in the next generation behind us, and those kinds of things. One of the interesting things about science, this is as we think about it now, at least, is that what is information is not very well understood. It's one of the frontiers still of science, of physics. But what we think about information is that it's just rearranged, but it's never destroyed. So everything that's ever happened, there's some piece of that's you could call information in the universe. And so when it comes to society, it's really kind of important to understand that is kind of how part, at least, of being eternal, and that is that when we go through this world, we're learning, we're making mistakes, and if we're trying to improve ourselves and to try and have better understanding and a better way of recognizing the importance of other people, that in all of that we're leaving behind something for the people coming after us. And that's not just the people that are directly coming after us, it may be many generations to come. But once we have moved through this world, we've done something that will impact, just like the people that came before us impacted the world on our behalf. We're impacting the world on the next generation's behalf. We call that posterity. The generations coming behind us are our posterity. So, being being humble and grateful is a good step towards getting to the root of what's going to be important for leaving behind to other people. You can't really leave a whole your money and things aren't going to go very far. You know, people are very I mean, that's some of those things are important, but it's much more impactful to leave behind a good place to live with good that builds a thing for independent freedom and independent growth amongst all individuals. That's much more value than any material things you can really leave behind, because the most value is in believing in the next person. Like I believe in you. There's more you can do for yourself than any other one person can do for you. I believe that about you. So, you know, that's what I'm kind of trying to say, is that the importance and the value is in making sure we leave behind in many different ways a room for other people to grow and do their thing and do it in a positive way. So to just try to teach people the lessons of life, you know, that we can leave behind, and you know, try to, you know, let other people know, hey, you can avoid very painful and harmful things because, you know, you're loved and you love yourself and God loves you, and you love yourself and God loves you, and know that other people love you too, but you don't have to be dependent on all of that, all the other people. Between you and God, you are equal. You have just as much right to live and grow and be your own person as any other person does. A very important thing. And it's surprising how many people on this planet throughout history and even in today, for some reason, feel that it's for them to usurp that from other people. That for some reason they think that they are better or at telling other people how to live, that they're superior to them. There's always been some segment of society that's always been afflicted with that kind of way of thinking. That can be very, very dangerous. So that's one of the reasons why believing in God is very important, because that's the creation of the universe, and spirituality. That's all above all of us. It's all above any other individual person. So it supersedes all of that. But this is a beautiful day, and it'll be spring before we know it. I love you.